we're back. It's the Mont and Ash, the podcast.
Hey everyone!
Yes, indeed. Yes. Back for our weekly adventures.
hmm
How have you been?
Good. I had friends from Dallas come in over the weekend,
Yes.
and they're not much partiers or whatever. But we still had fun. Like we went to the Nashville Zoo. We went to Hattie B's.
Wait. Back to the zoo. How are the animals there? Did you see a lot?
I mean, we went during the afternoon, and like we waited in line to see the tiger, and by the time we got there, it was gone.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was just like I sense Ashley's coming around. I'm just gonna leave, make her wait for all of this, and then nothing. It was cool. I was impressed. I didn't think that Nashville Zoo was gonna be really impressive. I'm not much of a zoo person. Like I don't know why. It's just like I've seen like I've been to like Seattle has like two different zoos.
Yeah.
One in Tacoma, one in Seattle.
Yeah.
So I've been to both. They're fantastic, but it's just like I don't really care to see other ones. But then I went to this one because my friends were like, really want to go to the zoo. And so I did, and it was actually really impressive. I was really impressed. They were playing music throughout the whole entire zoo. Like, of course, animals were super adorable. Like, there wasn't like any
Yeah.
baby animals or anything, but we didn't see like the whole entire zoo either, which was really interesting. They're like, okay, we can go do some other things because like one of my friends, she stayed till Saturday, and we did the zoo on Saturday. We went to the Loveless Cafe in the morning. So
Okay.
we waited an hour and a half
Yeah.
to do that. And I try to get them to be like, okay, we need to leave like super early so that we don't have to wait long.
Nope.
But they didn't. They didn't.
Nope.
I'm like, okay, guys, like yes, like Nashville's smaller than Dallas, but we got a lot of people that come in, and
Oh,
these
yeah.
are touristy places. I'm like, if you want to go to some place that's not touristy, I can show you some places that are touristy, but that's another time. They want to come back again, which is great. But had Hattie B's.
How you like that?
It was actually really good. The funny thing is, of course, it was like a sober weekend for me
So-
because I don't really drink. So I'm just like, okay, I don't want to be like the only one drinking.
yeah.
So I actually ate chicken and not be drunk because I don't eat meat.
Yeah. You. Yeah.
So it was really good. I was impressed.
Yeah.
The chicken was moist. It was good. Like I didn't know like how spicy they were gonna be. I have a high tolerance of spice,
Yeah.
like spiciness over. But I was like, I'll just go with the mild just to see how it is, and if I like it, maybe try it again, go higher. But it was really good, and the pimento mac and cheese. Oh
Oh
my
yeah.
god,
That's good. That's good.
so good. I will just like. I think the next time I'm there, I'm like, okay, I'll just eat the pimento mac and cheese
Yeah.
because it's that good. But we had a lot of fun. It was great. And just been working, just been living life, and life is good.
I've been to the zoo 3 times, and I've yet to see that many animals.
Uh
Like
huh.
even walking past the monkeys,
Uh
I
huh.
didn't even see any. So I don't
They were
know.
out.
Were they out this
Yeah.
time? Well, I don't know where they were when I went. So I saw giraffe, hippos. Hippos are either rhinos. I can't remember which one.
Oh,
But
we
just
didn't get the chance to see that.
so yeah, I didn't see a tiger. I didn't see. I don't know. I didn't see a lot of stuff. I felt like okay. First of all, let me say this: every time I went, it's been because of a work function.
Yeah.
So with that being said, yeah, you're there for that, and so they give you kind of range of you can go walk in the zoo too.
Mhm.
So I still walk in the zoo, but I still don't feel like I see anything.
Mhm.
So I need to go without a function and just see
Uh,
what's in there.
yeah. And also, like, it is a little bit pricey for a zoo. I was like, $25 for an adult. Okay.
But it's packed every time I go in there.
Yeah, it is. We went on a Saturday and it was packed. So I think that's like another thing too. My friends were just like, okay, it's packed. Like, let's go do something else. And we were starting to get hungry again.
Yeah.
So we ended up going to downtown on a Saturday around like 3 p.m. And I was stuck in one small section for 30 minutes.
What are you talking about? Like driving down there, or are you
Yeah,
talking
just
about?
like
Okay,
driving
okay.
downtown, like in downtown. So like maybe not even like a quarter, not even a quarter of a mile, stuck there for 30 minutes.
No, okay. I got to show you where to park in downtown Nashville.
Oh, I should have parked at Nissan Stadium.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, you can park there if y'all like to walk. Park there or the courthouse. The courthouse.
Yes, I park usually there too.
So yeah.
I parked on the side part, and I actually parallel parked perfectly. I was so proud of myself. Because like both of them are like, I'm like, I'm just gonna do it because I'm not gonna ask if they can parallel park or not. Because sometimes if I don't feel comfortable parallel parking, like I'll just have the other person like switch with me real quick and have them parallel park.
That's
But
funny.
I did it so perfectly. I was so proud of myself.
You're so funny. So normally, here's what I do. I get off at Shelby. No, get off at the bridge, the
Yes.
next one, and goes around. Go
Mhm.
over the bridge, and then you're right there at the court. So, but I would go around and check Church Street first. Once
Yes.
you check Church Street, sometimes you can parallel park there for free. But if not, I go into the courthouse and park there.
Yes.
But normally it's like $5.
Yes, I go to that exact same one, and every time someone drives with me, they complain about it because it's a walk. I'm like,
But
it's
it's still-
$5.
But yeah, it's $5. But still, if you park at Nissan Stadium, that's even further to walk.
Yeah.
So
and
it's cheap, but it's like, oh my god, now you gotta walk.
right.
Unless you want to rent a scooter and go over the bridge.
Oh fuck that. Those people annoy me
uh,
so much.
I love it when they fall though.
I haven't seen anyone fall. I think that would do me justice.
I've seen them fall twice. And I'm like, oh yes, this is what I live for.
Remember when it was so bad, like you couldn't walk anywhere
Yeah.
without these motherfuckers going around, most likely drunk on a fucking scooter.
And it gives me sometimes I get two people on a scooter. I'm like, how do you fit two people on a scooter? I've seen it. They're like silly.
Professional spooners.
Stand up spooners. All right.
Yes. All right.
Yes, but yeah, I'm glad you had a good time with the friends from, where were they from again?
Dallas.
Dallas, that's right. I've been told I should go to Dallas and
It's-
Austin to do
Yes.
comedy.
Yes, I've been told that too. Dallas is great for comedy as well.
Yeah.
So if you ever go, I'll reach out to friends
Yeah.
of mine that are comedians there because they were like, hey, if you ever move to Dallas, like we can hook you up doing TV stuff, all this
Yeah.
other stuff.
Huh.
One of them, whenever I come back, wants me to be on his podcast. So like, as a guest. So like they were so hospitable. And like I felt really good about myself because all of them were coming up to me like, oh my god, you're so funny. I'm like, thank you. Like I thought I was about to be in tears because I'm like, oh my god, thank you. I was questioning myself, but thank you.
That's funny. Only from podcasts, or they've seen you do stand up?
They actually did like stand up
Okay.
because I did this before we ever talked about podcasting or
Ah.
anything. In June. Because I was there for my friend's wedding, who actually came to visit here.
Yeah.
I'm like, you already need a break from your husband already, huh? And she's like, no, he's okay with it. He's a secure man. I'm kidding with you, girl. I'm kidding. But, I was in San Antonio. There's not really much when it comes to comedy in San Antonio. Like, I was trying because I'm like, I'm there for almost a week.
Yeah.
So might as well check it out.
Man.
There wasn't really anything going on there. The food is immaculate in San Antonio.
Oh, really?
Yes.
What kind of food?
I was checking out all the vegan, vegetarian food that
Yeah.
was there. Oh my god, like Nashville has good vegan, vegetarian food.
Yeah.
They do, but their food is so good, and it's very diverse. Like they had a lot of like Mexican or like Cuban food that was vegan, like just
Yeah.
all these different places that were plant based. Where I'm like, oh my god, this is great. And I even looked to see like how much houses are in San Antonio. There's several, like there was like so many houses that were like 4 bedrooms, like 1-story ranch type of home, whatever, for like 4 bedrooms for like under $200K.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
And like yes, there's a lot of people moving there, but it's not like here where you're like fighting for the same house and getting outbid. But Texas, like there's plenty of places, and it
Yeah.
doesn't seem like it's that big of a deal because there's so many places that you can live in Texas
It's a
and
big
still
place.
be fine. It's a big place. I lived there for like 3.5 years.
Yeah.
So.
Interesting.
Mhm. So if you want the hookups, let me know. But I definitely want to do comedy in Austin too.
Yeah,
So if you go, let me know.
I have a girl that lives in Austin, and she offered me to stay with her while I'm there, but she has a cat, and I'm allergic to cats,
Ooh.
so I don't want to impose, but I don't want to tell her, hey, put your cat up. I don't want to do all that.
Right.
Plus, the cat dander is everywhere anyway.
Right.
So not to say she's a mess, but just the cat hair is everywhere. So I figure, oh, all right, if I do go, I have to find an Airbnb or a hotel that's fairly close,
Yeah.
and then stay, and then go check out her place. But she's like, man, I got so many places to show you,
Yeah.
so many things to do. So I'm all
Austin's
for
so
it.
much fun.
Yeah.
Like people think Nashville's amazing. Austin is like 10 times. Like I love Nashville. Don't
Yeah,
get me wrong.
yeah.
But Austin, like, they shut off the whole entire street over the weekend so that people can walk around and drink out in the open.
I wish they would do that on Second Avenue.
Yeah.
Just one street. I don't
Yeah.
care if it's second or first. Just block off one street.
Yeah, exactly.
Even if, okay, my thing is, I understand that trucks got to go in and deliver supplies.
Right.
But then certain hours they should stop it and just let us walk around and
Yeah.
do whatever.
Like from maybe like 5 p.m. till like 3 a.m. or
Yeah.
something.
Because I know I've been to Memphis and Beale Street is like that.
Okay.
And I love Beale Street. Beale Street, you can walk into one and drink and walk out and walk on the sidewalk.
Okay.
And go into another one, hey, give me another drink, and walk out with that one. And just be walking up and down the street. So I love that.
I haven't been to Memphis since I was like 13.
Oh, yeah.
And I went there for like Graceland and visiting one of my aunts that
Yeah.
was alive back then. So.
So, yeah, then I went to New Orleans, and it's the same way, too.
Yeah.
So I'm like, man, Nashville should adopt this.
Yeah, they really should. If anyone that's higher up in Nashville that can make that
They
into
would
a
never
thing.
listen to us.
I mean, you never know. I mean, they can be kinky just as much
No,
as we
that's
are.
hilarious.
I
Yeah.
don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe one day. Who knows? It's all about connections. I'm sure one of us can get it one day.
So, yeah, so Zoo, Hattie B's. Have you
Yes.
ever been to Prince's Chicken?
No, I haven't.
I've been to Hattie B's and I've been to Prince's, and I think Prince's is hotter than Hattie. Because I'm a mild person myself.
Right.
And if I can handle mild, then I go a step more. At Prince's, man, the mild is hot. And to me, it is. And then if I go to Hattie B's, I can do mild. And I've tried the next level and went, okay, let me try something a little bit hotter. And I'm okay with that. But yeah, Prince's is good. Hattie B's is good. I
Yeah.
like a good juicy chicken, and it's
Yeah.
very juicy.
Okay. Yeah, next time my friends are there, I'll probably have them try that.
Just
But
taste
also
it.
another good place, I think I told you about it already before, is that the Southern V. Is
Oh, yeah, yeah.
the equivalent
It's
to
near,
that.
oh, you told me, but
It's nearby Frisk University.
Frisk.
Yeah, Frisk,
There you
Frisk
go.
University. But yeah, it's really good. I love food, so.
yes, indeed. That was our food conversation right there.
Yes.
13 minutes already. So, questions. Do you have any questions for me?
Questions. Okay, where is the weirdest place you have ever had sex
At the lake,
in? Lake? Okay.
in the backyard,
Okay.
behind some buildings.
Uh-huh.
Okay, there's a club that I just went to yesterday. No, I went to Tuesday night.
Uh-huh.
I went to Tuesday night, and I laughed because as we pulled in, there's a it's sort of new buildings. They've been there for several years now.
Okay.
But as they were being built, I went behind that and had sex before going into the club. So, so yeah, that was fun. So I had sex behind that building. So I look at it like, aw, that building.
Yes.
Yes, so weirdest places. I haven't done it in a graveyard yet. Like I'm going to do
Okay.
it next week. But anyway, I haven't done it in the grave sites. So I think that would be interesting.
Uh-huh.
Backseat of a car, of course. That's
Right, that's
always
typical.
yeah. I got caught by the cops doing that.
Okay.
They was like, "Put on your clothes, and get out of here." So at least I didn't go to jail that night.
Yes.
But yeah, a lot of weird places. In clubs, in bars,
Okay.
yes. So you name it, I've tried it, except for gravesite.
Okay.
Not a dressing room either. I haven't tried in a dressing room because I figure
Uh-huh.
there's nowadays there's probably cameras in there. And
Probably like outside, not
Yeah.
on the inside, because I still go shopping at places and they never have like cameras, in the dressing rooms or anything like that, because that's invasion of people's privacy.
yes.
It's just more so probably like outside where
before you go in, when you come
Yeah.
out. Yeah, I get that. Still makes me nervous. I don't know why, but
Yeah.
that's the only thing that kind of makes me nervous. Okay, your turn.
Okay.
Go down the list.
Okay. Hair salon.
Hair salon.
I was briefly dating a guy that was dating a guy that was a hairstylist.
Oh, I gotta get started. Keep going.
Also the same guy. Dressing room.
Okay.
Because it was a hair salon and a boutique.
Okay.
And surprisingly, there were still people. Like, it was like towards the end of the day, but there were still people at like the different part of the hair salon. I'm surprised they didn't hear us or anything. But we tried it in different places. Tennis court.
Tennis court.
We got caught.
Football field, but not a tennis court for me.
Standing up.
That's funny. That's funny.
Not gonna hurt my knees on that. On the kitchen counter at my former boss's house, and it wasn't my boss. It was when I was in Thailand.
Okay.
And it was with my ex. He was the associate pastor, and he lived with the pastor.
Girl, you a young, wild, and free.
I was, but also I didn't like this guy because the guy was an asshole. And
but it's okay. I get the well, not get it, but my thing is I like that being adventurous is always a key thing.
It is. The parking lot of the National Farmers Market.
What?
In the backseat of the car. No one was around. It was like after hours. I'm sure there's other places. Backseat of the car multiple times.
Multiple times. Freak, I love it.
I know that there's other places, but those are like the ones that are the most that I can remember at the moment.
I was seeing a girl one time that worked at a doctor's office. It was a small doctor's office. So for lunch, they would take turns. One person would stay at the desk. Everybody else would leave. Everybody else would leave the whole office. So this particular day was her turn to stay at the office while everybody else left. So I would come over and see her on her lunch break, just in case somebody calls, somebody comes to the door, whatever. As I was coming in, I was supposed to lock the door behind me. I didn't.
Mm-hmm.
So as she sat at the front desk, I was below the desk taking care of business, and somebody walks in. Did I stop? No, I did not. I kept going. And she had to keep a straight face. Luckily, he wasn't there for an appointment for the business. He was looking for directions to go somewhere else. So it was a quick instructions, and he got the hell out of there. And then as soon as he left, oh my God, the biggest orgasm she ever had. So that was crazy.
I just remembered another place. It was a gym.
A gym?
Yes.
How's our stories always turn into sex stories?
I mean, it's some of the questions that are on here.
Go ahead, keep going, Jim.
So, the guy that I was talking to invited me during my lunch break. He's like, hey, come see me at my gym.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, I'll do that. And we ended up having, it was like his own gym that he has, that he runs. I don't know if it's still around or whatever. But, we ended up having sex in his gym.
That's hilarious.
And it was like during lunchtime, so like no one was there, of course. And like he actually locked up his gym so that no one can walk in. So yeah, those are the ones that I can remember the most. But yeah.
That's funny. Yes.
Oh, and then the parking garage at Green Hills Mall.
The parking garage. Okay, upper floors, lower, because I've been.
It was the very top.
Okay.
Because I knew, I used to work at Green Hills.
Yeah.
And this is like after work. The guy that I was seeing was, like, hey, I'm gonna want to come see you. Let's go get something to eat afterwards. Blah blah blah. So we ended up deciding to go up to the very top, and I knew that security would probably want to be up there for a while because I knew security.
Yeah.
So. But also, I was like, I am so concerned because we were even in his car, like we were.
Oh, that's funny.
doing it doggy style while I was playing my hands on like.
Oh, you was outside the car.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
We had the car like blocking us.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like there was no one up there, so.
That's funny.
Yeah. Young and dumb and horny.
That's the best way to be.
Right. Exactly.
Oh, that's funny. Next question.
Next question. How about you ask?
You mean I was keeping mine clean.
Ah, darn. Okay. Well, mine are kind of dirty today.
No, keep going.
All right. When did you first have sex?
First, I was kind of a late bloomer.
Okay.
Because I felt like everybody in their 16, 17, and 18s were already having sex. I didn't have sex till I was 20. And like, why you waiting so late? Well, I had strict parents.
Yeah.
So by the time I started though, you couldn't stop me. So
it's like Pringles. Once you pop,
yeah.
you can't stop.
That is true. So yes, I was a late bloomer when it got started because all my friends I was already doing it. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
You doing it? You doing it too? So I was like, no, I didn't get started till I was late.
Oh wow. Okay.
But I sure made up time for it.
Yeah. I mean, I was actually 15.
Oh really?
I was drunk and high.
Okay.
When I lost my virginity, never had a boyfriend before.
Yeah.
I lost my virginity to a guy that I met only a couple of times through my cousin.
Wow.
We were at a party and got drunk and high and ended up losing my virginity in the back of her car. And she caught me because her and her boyfriend were like, they needed to go somewhere, and I was drunk off of Captain Morgan.
Captain Morgan, that'll do it to you.
And high off of marijuana.
Yeah.
So that's like
that'll do it to you.
I did it for like the second time ever, and no one ever told me don't mix both of them.
You gotta train to do that.
I didn't know that. My drug education was through my parents because I was homeschooled before then. So, this is my sophomore, after my sophomore year of high school, whatever, like, I didn't know any of that stuff yet because they didn't really talk about that stuff until, like, my junior year of high school of all of this. But at least I wore a condom. But, yeah, it was, an awful experience. Let's just say that.
Oh, really?
Oh,
was
yeah.
it? Okay, I'm not gonna get graphic. Was it messy?
Well, it just hurt.
I got you.
And I told him, get that fucking thing out of me. Because he had a big dick.
Oh, at 15? How old was he? Was he
18.
Okay, but still.
So, I was the legal age of consent, however.
Yeah.
Even though some people are like, he's an adult, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, he's still a kid. He acted like a kid. Actually, most
that's
chunk
funny.
of men, even till, I've met men that are in their 40s, 50s that still act like they're in high school.
Yes.
So, not all. Just a few mad guys, whatever. But, yeah, it was an awful experience. But it still didn't stop me from trying to have sex. I had sex here and there in high school, but it was I had one other partner and that was it. And then college didn't really, I had sex with one guy in college.
Yeah.
That was it. When I moved here, on the other hand, that was a different story.
Oh my goodness.
Especially after I dated a virgin for 2 years.
You dated a virgin for 2 years.
Yes.
Was there any sexual activity dating a virgin? I mean, you can say virgin, but that still doesn't cover everything.
Right, it doesn't, and it frustrated me the most about it because, he got me my very first vibrator.
Okay.
Ever, which surprised me. I'm like, thought we're supposed to keep this pure and everything because, he was Christian, I was Christian. I'm like, okay, I get it, I understand, I respect that.
Yeah.
Even though I'm like, after a while, after 2 years, I had to give him an ultimatum. I'm like, look, we've seen each other naked, we've done other things, but we actually haven't done penetration. There's only so much my vibrator can do. And I went, so 2 years, 4 vibrators later.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's a lot of
So that's
sexual...
that's why you have the rechargeable ones now.
Yes. Yes. It's funny because, him and I, we're still friends.
Yeah.
And he's like, because he's asked me one day, he's like, oh, what are you doing? I'm like, oh, I just got a new vibrator. He's like, oh, old trusty kick the bucket. I'm like, no, this is my 4th one. He's like, oh, damn. I'm like, yes. That is how much sexual frustration you caused me through all these years.
Oh, that's funny.
So, yes,
Interesting
I
indeed.
will never date a virgin ever again. And I
I
found out
don't.
he lost his virginity after me.
That's funny.
I'm like,
After you, so y'all never did it.
he's seen me naked. I've seen everything of him. We've done things
Yeah.
orally,
Yeah.
but that's it.
That's funny.
That was it. Like, we even slept in, like, the same bed usually when we're
Shut up.
together.
No, I couldn't do that.
We almost did, but then he's like, no, I can't do it. And, like, I bawled my eyes out. So I'm like, what is wrong with me?
Oh my god.
Yeah, it was it was a good relationship, but then it wasn't good, and, just a lot of different things, so.
Interesting.
Yes. I
Yeah.
would never date a virgin ever again, though.
I dated a girl one time. Well, I don't know. I dated a girl that we didn't do it because she claimed that she was married, but come to find out, he was already married before they got married. So that means their relationship was null and void because you can't do that. Whatever. But we still never had sex, so I'm like, no, I can't do this. I had to move on. So, yeah.
Craziness.
Yes, interesting indeed.
Alright.
We got 4 more minutes.
4 more minutes, okay. Have you ever slept with anyone you worked with?
Yeah. Well, I gotta think about that. No.
Okay.
No. No. Okay. One time I was working with a girl. We went to a strip club together, and she gave me some. Okay, I was having a headache or something, but she gave me some medicine that knocked me on my ass. Plus, I was drinking. I get that.
Right.
But man, she took me to her house, and I woke up butt naked. So I was like, "Did we do anything?" She said, "No, no, no. You threw up everywhere. And I had to clean your clothes." I'm like, "Whew." So I was like, "Damn it." She was a nice person though. She took care of my ass.
Yeah.
But I was like, man, I don't know what she gave me, but that mixed with alcohol was not a good deal.
Mm-mm.
So I remember her getting me out of the strip club, and she said at some point I threw up on myself, and then she had to strip me down and wash me. I was like, oh, that's so sweet. So I was like, and I wanted to, but I was like, there's no way I can hook up with this girl now. She's gonna think about that the whole time. So she's like, oh my God, she's gonna like mentally picture that. So I'm like, nope, not doing it.
Yeah.
But she's a cool person. Love her to death. Still talk to her every once in a while.
That's good.
But yeah, no workmates. I don't think so. No, I don't think so.
I've done that once in college, and I would never do that again.
Yeah.
It's funny because we were very off and on with each other, and then he's like, hey, like, I know a place that you can work with, and I work there. I'm like, cool, let's do it. It was like the best job that I ever had and everything, but since we were so off and on, however, it's funny, like, most people, at least that I know, still to this day, have no idea that him and I were, like, an item on and on. Like, there was one guy, he was an older man, and, like, he knew. And he's just like, oh, yeah, that guy's a player. Because I told him, like, this is what's going on, all this other stuff. He's like, he's young, he'll settle down, everything.
Oh, yeah.
And, like, when I lived back in Dallas for the last time, like, we tried to make it work, and I'm like, nope, not going to go through this again. I'm like, dude, you're in your 30s, and I'm in my 20s. Like, he was, like, 10 years older than me.
Yeah.
So, for me, I was just like, I'm 22 at the time. So he's 32. Still was acting like a fucking player and everything. Oh, wow. And I'm like, nope.
Nope.
I thought you'd be, like, all grown up and everything, more mature.
No.
You're still a player. And the funny thing is, though, like, years ago, I actually had to block him and tell him to fuck off because it was just like, I knew who he was engaged to. And
he was engaged?
Well, he, like, when he reached out to me, he was engaged. And I knew who he was engaged to because everyone was telling me, like, hey, so-and-so is engaged now. I was like, okay, cool, good for him. And then he reaches out to me and, like, starts becoming flirty, like nothing ever happened between us and everything. I was like,
That's funny.
Fuck you, bastard. Now he's in some different country doing,
oh, well, life goes on.
God's good deeds and everything, but he's still a player.
All right, with that being said, it's 29 minutes, so yes.
Yes.
Like, subscribe, and comments.
Yes, guys.
Say hello to us. We love this.
Yes.
Hopefully, we're entertaining you guys. So yes, we did another show. Love, peace, and hair grease. We are out.